Alright, Accounting 2, welcome to lesson 2-2, where we will be talking about journalizing and posting cash receipts. So we're going to talk about sales discounts and how they affect the collection of our accounts receivable. And then we're also going to talk about journalizing and posting departmental cash receipts using a cash receipts journal. So just as a friendly reminder, our company Wiley keeps a record of all cash receipts. So anytime they receive cash, they make a receipt for it. The sources of most cash receipts are usually where we receive cash from customer payments on account, and then also typically cash and credit card sales. So each customer that buys on account obviously is expected to pay the amount due within their agreed credit terms. And more often than not, we do the 210 and 30. So 2% off if you pay in 10 days, or the net of your purchase is due in 30 days. So in order to encourage an early payment, a business may grant a deduction on the invoice amount, and that deduction that a vendor allows for the invoice to encourage prompt payment, we refer to that as a cash discount. Now, a cash discount that's taken on a sale, we refer to as a sales discount. So if we're the ones, the business, if Wiley is the business making the sale, we refer to it as a sales discount. If Wiley was the one making the purchase, we refer to it as a purchases discount. Cash discount is just the overarching umbrella. It just depends on whether you're making the sale or whether you're making the purchase. So again, they come back to the 210 and 30. I'm pretty sure that we are familiar with that and know what that means. However, remember, all sales on account must be paid within 30 days of the invoice date. Otherwise, then we go into talking about uncollectible accounts, which is something we'll save for a different day. Now, when a sale is made on account, the amount debited to accounts receivable reflects the total amount owed by the customer, including the sales tax. So remember, if the sales amount was $1,400 and there's a 6% sales tax, that's $84 on that $1,400. So the total amount that they owe us is $1,484. If they decided to take the discount, they would get $29.68 off if they paid within those 10 days. So that means that the invoice amount, or the amount that we're going to deduct from accounts receivable, is still going to be the $1,484. We're just going to have a separate spot where we keep track of that sales discount. So the total cash received is going to be $1,545.32. Now, this is our new cash receipts journal, and I just want to point out how it's a little bit different. We've had our general debit, general credit, we've had the accounts receivable credit, and the sales tax payable credit before. However, notice that the departmental data for sales is broken down into grills and furniture. We also have departmental data for sales discount for grills and furniture as well. So it says on August 1st, we received cash on account from Wilson Properties for $1,454.32, covering our sales invoice number 812 for outdoor furniture, less a 2% discount. Receipt number is 842. So first thing we do is we put our date in. Our account title, of course, is our customer, which is Wilson Properties. Our document number is the receipt number 842. And then our accounts receivable is credited for the amount that they owe us, which remember was $1,484. Then we make sure to put in our sales discount, making sure that it goes under furniture, as it says that it was for outdoor furniture. And then the cash debit is the difference between those two numbers, or the amount of actual cash that we received. Now, we also, another time that we record cash receipts is when we receive cash and credit card sales. So remember that when a company accepts cash or credit card sales from its customer, they get recorded together, because whether we receive cash or whether we receive credit or debit cards, we receive the money within a few days. So instead of dividing that into separate things, we just journalize it all together as cash. So the point of sales terminal, of course, we talked about that in Accounting 1. It's just this computer that collects, stores, and reports all the information about sales transactions. And the one that we're particularly concerned with is our terminal summary. Remember that a terminal summary is going to show cash and credit card sales. A batch report would only show credit card sales. So here it says that on August 5th, we received cash on account from Taylor Apartments for $2,247.38, covering sales invoice number 816. But there was a credit memorandum. So what happens here is that Taylor Apartments owed us $2,605.94. Okay. Then they made a return of $312.70. We don't know why. They don't specify whether they weren't happy with the a purchase that they made or what it happened to be, but that's okay. Um, and then they also took advantage of the 2% discount. So what happens is their accounts receivable goes down for the amount that they owe us. So what we would need to do is take the 2605 minus the 312. That's going to give us 2002.93.24. Then we give the sales discount, which is the 2%. So that's 45.86. So the total amount that they pay us is the 2002.47.38. So there's a little bit of figuring out that we need to do. So like I said, the first thing you need to do is calculate the amount of cash received, get the sales discount, and then determine the new amount of cash that needs to be received. So what that looks like, no, they didn't do it for us. Silly guys. Okay, that's okay. I do want to point out because they didn't show us this before. Just looking at this, the 29th date, this would be an example of where we would have a sales for grills and furniture. So notice that you put these two in their separate columns. And then typically what they're going to have you do is figure your sales tax. So you actually take the total of these two, the 2618 and the 3319, you add those two together and then you take that times whatever our sales tax rate is. This is 6.5 or 7 or 8%. And then the total of all three of those goes to our cash debit. Okay. And of course, we've posted before, so I'm not worried about you guys understanding how to post. You guys are pretty good at that, so um, I'm not overly concerned. So we're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on posting. We'll obviously do it in our work together. So we'll head over there now and do 2-2 work together and on your own.